Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So back on the iMine server on the new Crystal Isles map today. And so yeah, there's been a bit of a CC established. So in the last episode I had been having well, I'd sort of had a little venture out by myself and found a location that I thought I was going to go for as a base, and I've moved my team over and stuff. Now I've brought over one of my cats as well, one of my Thylers and an RG. And I've just been sort of thinking I probably should explore around a bit more. As is my way, I kind of jumped straight into the idea of building. And I might move my work crew over this to the CC just to kind of put a starter build down. Although I don't actually really mind where I am. Just a bit antisocial of me to have left. I didn't really realise we were going to do a CC, and then this sort of ended up being a CC. So I haven't decided on that yet. But what we are going to do in this episode is probably just have a bit more of an explore around, because I don't want to kind of get committed to one spot. So I'm going to fly you over to a spot I've already found. And this map is. It's quite big actually. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to try and find this spot that I just found a minute ago, which was kind of cool. And we'll look at some spots. I probably won't decide in this episode. I might do. We shall see. So yeah, if you missed the last episode, this is I think my recording was slightly chaotic because I lost some footage, but those first couple of episodes, sort of explained what we were doing here. But this is a cluster, and we have merged that in with the existing Olympus map. So what that means is that we're able to kind of transfer things backwards and forwards. I've never done that before. I've never played on a map where you can do that, or a group of maps where you can do that. It's quite interesting because obviously it means it's quite a different map experience. I think the verticality of this map means it would probably be quite difficult to do as a kind of as a complete noob. So it's a level 1 Bob sort of thing, starting again. Because there's so many kind of places where you're. So just the verticality of this, you'd never get from down there to up. What's that? And there are wyverns everywhere, but they're not aggressive. So yeah, so this is that mountain in front of us, or that high point in front of us, is where we picked out before. So I'm going to explore around a bit more, and see what my options are really before I kind of commit to somewhere. Massively red wyvern down there, because I'm sort of hearing reports from a lot of the guys that there's lots of really pretty spots. I think this is this spot that I found a minute ago that I really liked. I really like these trees, so these overhanging trees here, I really like those, with the vines and stuff attached to them and the red falling down. Yeah, it was this spot. So this little spot has got a little waterfall in it, which is pretty beautiful. Yeah, and it's kind of snugged away in this woods. But I haven't really decided what sort of thing I'm doing in terms of a build yet. So I might build. I think I'm going to build something that's fairly kind of impractical, because I'm not going to have a lot of dinos here. It's just going to be kind of a functioning base, a forward outpost if you like. So this is quite cool as a spot, and what I'm looking for really is somewhere with a view, a cool view. That's pretty cool, and somewhere with some interesting details and textures and stuff. Probably less so than with the practical resources and things like that. Let's just have a quick nip up here. See, this would be quite cool. What's that hanging down over there? weird sort of texture glitch. So this little perch just here, this little ledge is very cool. Can't really get out far enough to show you, but I love that tree. And if I could incorporate that tree somehow, and this view is pretty awesome up here. It's very small, but I think I could do something that sort of wrapped around this tree and overhung a bit. Obviously there's going to be no, from what I can tell, there's going to be no pathing up to this. I've just checked to see that I had my grapple on me there, because I don't want to fall. I am wearing my wings, so it's not a massive disaster. But yeah, even just this little ledge here. See, the thing is with the structures plus, with the structures turned off, you're far more kind of open to options, because I can have something kind of just hanging over this edge here. I wonder if that's a path. I mean, that's a path that a filer could get up for sure. I don't think I could walk a bear up there, for example. Oh, there's actually stuff down in that. Is that an otter? So that's option one, definitely. Found that a minute ago, and it's super cool. But let's carry on exploring. So yeah, if you haven't seen this map before, it's got all the different biomes in it. So as you can see in front of us, there is the scorched textures and stuff. I have to say, I'm not 100% sure that I don't really know what I think of it yet. Oh, that looks like a tree platform. I wonder if that's somewhere you can snap a tree platform. It looks a bit like it is. What's this spot like? And maybe up there as well. So I've heard, yeah, as I say, I'm not entirely sure what I think of it yet. It is very, very vivid. And I tend to prefer, this is going to sound a weird thing to say, but I tend to prefer the more realistic of maps. And this, even though it's obviously we're surrounded by dinos, which is a bit weird thing to say, right? But yeah, I tend to prefer places that have got that look lush but don't look unrealistic, and this doesn't necessarily do that. It is a bit hyper-saturated for me. That looks like another spot that you could put a tree platform or a cliff platform, sorry. So we're going to carry on. And so what I'll probably do, guys, is I'll probably just bring you back as I find... Oh my goodness me. Well. That's a problem, isn't it? I should fly away from there rather soon, rather quickly. That looks like all the griffins in the world. Alright guys, so yeah, I'll bring you back as and when I find places that I think are cool looking. Back in a bit. Hey guys, so yeah, this is not a base location necessarily, but I thought I'd bring you back to show you the red obelisk in front of us. Super cool. That's really pretty. It's like the trees are sort of growing into the obelisk there. And also, I think we're getting like a heat haze from this swamp, which is kind of interesting. And we're heading over for these big trees, because this is what I wanted to check out. So some of the guys had reported back that there were some cool big trees, and I love a big tree. Getting kind of foggy over here though. So we're just going to shoot over and check this out. We might go hit that red drop while we're flying over. I do like that effect, it's very cool. Some lava or something here as well. Yeah, like a lava pool. And the basalt. basalt things there. Oh, did I just miss out on that red drop? I got distracted. I got distracted, guys. Right, so let's head over to these trees. Apparently you can build on these trees. I don't know what's sort of meant by that. It's a shame it's such a... Yeah, it's not the most attractive of areas though at all. So this is what I mean. It's not a particularly... I mean, it's very pretty and it's a lot of effort gone into it, obviously, but it doesn't feel particularly practical as a map. Maybe that's not what people are looking for, but it just, there's not really a lot of paths by the looks of it. I mean, that's one of the amazing things about Ragnarok, I think, is that it's so kind of, there's so much kind of practicality to it, as well as wow, this is pretty cool actually, getting distracted. So you could definitely use this as a way up, couldn't you? It's just a shame it's not, yeah, then you're sort of stuck there, you have to jump across. And maybe this would be an interesting place for a build, but I don't, it's not particularly... Feels a bit like a swamp, or sort of the weirdly, this is going to sound really odd, but it reminds me of the Swamp of Despair from the Never-Ending Story. that's a very obscure reference, but yeah, not the place for me, I think. All right, so we'll carry on, guys, and I'll bring you back when I find the next interesting thing. Okay, so we haven't come far here at all, but that's where we just were a second ago. That massive tree over there. I actually just found this one. This one is cool. I just noticed it's got a thyla in it as well. But if you notice, it's got beehives hanging out in it as well. So this one, I'm more inclined to think I could do something with. I mean, it would be such a massively impractical base, but because I'd have to fly everything up to it. But if I was to build something, so I think I could build something perched on the side of this, like here, and this is your view. Pretty cool. It's a shame. It's sort of a shame it's looking at that, which I don't think is all that nice looking. But yeah, kind of like the trees and loving that. They're solid textures and things, so I mean, this would be a really cool place to build a tree house. Be a challenge, that's for sure. But we just did that on Olympus, so I'm not entirely sure that's what I'm going to go for. But yeah, interesting spot. They are kind of cool trees. And maybe I'll build a few different structures. Maybe I'll build that as an idea. Right, so I'm going to carry on, guys. I'll bring you back. I'm going to go check out this area. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we're just arriving over in this sort of floating islands area. I think this is quite a lot of this is unfinished. I'm not sure though. Getting foggy up here. There's a lot of fog in the map, and we actually have... Oh, hello, you're pretty. We actually have Fista's fog remover on the map, but... So this is what it looks like with Vista's fog remover active, and it's not doing a lot. I see you there, Mr. Raptor. Go for it. Do it. You do your worst. See you later. Yeah, we've also. So this is, yeah. So I was just saying, this is. There's some weird spawning as well. That is. It's like water leaking out there. Oh, that's kind of cool. So this is obviously an area that's kind of work in progress. Under development. Very foggy. Trying to get out of this fog. There's this big orange thing in front of me. It's definitely a bit of a... it's an eye candy map, that's for sure. As you can see in the chat there, lots of people kind of... lots of people exploring and looking at new things and finding new things. So that's kind of cool. Again, it's pretty laggy, to be honest. It's getting a lot of frame spikes there, or lag spikes. Quetzal. Weird sort of floating tree islands. This is kind of cool though. Something different. Yeah, we're going from like going from sort of 80 frames to 20 frames there as we fly over areas. This is all rather intense. So where are we on the map at the moment? So we have skimming the edge of it here, going around the perimeter of it. So I have to say I haven't found anything that's been, apart from that first couple of spots, apart from that and that tree. Possible? Is it possible? There's a load of crystal there. This doesn't. None of this looks like it's going to appeal to me over there. Pink trees area is quite pretty though. It's just so dense, this map. This is one of the things. Is like the reason, obviously, why they've got so many. Why people have so much. Some people have issues with the frames and things. It's just because the density of the textures and the foliage and everything, I guess. So the pixel count is huge. This is pretty though. This looks quite, definitely looks quite otherworldly. I think that's definitely one of the things. It's probably the most otherworldly map that I've properly played on. Done a couple of little tours of other maps that have been, Shattered. I made a video on Shattered, which is a cool map. This is a work in progress very early on, but that's probably a bit more otherworldly. See, I think this is why I love Ragnarok so much. That it just looks like it should be. It looks real. It doesn't look like the transition between those two things is just not all that aesthetically pleasing for me. But that obviously is just my taste and my opinion. I wonder what these are. These are like oil nodes. This is slightly off track of what we're supposed to be doing here, but these look like oil nodes to me. Yeah, is this oil as well? Yeah, it's all oil. Alright guys, so yeah, I'll carry on for a bit more and I'll see what else I can find. So yeah, just again didn't go very far there because there is actually a lot of interest in this game to say. So I don't know if you just saw that, it might be a bit dark here. I have gammed up a bit, but we're in a weird spot. We have this kind of weird, I don't know what this crystal is, but it gives element shard. I'm definitely going to pick some of this up. Is that the same? No, that's just going to be normal, isn't it? So this area's got a whole load of element in it. We'll stick this on our bird. Element shard. Take the, I'm not sure why we're even bothering with this, to be honest, because we don't need this. We just need this stuff. He's got good weight anyway, this bird, so but yeah, just not just that, but also, are you going to give me grief? There's a bunch of skeletal brontos here just hanging out. I don't know what they're all about, but yeah, just spawned in the wild like that, obviously. But yeah, loads. Oh, I don't want to get involved with you. That lightning's pretty cool as well. Alright guys, so yeah, just thought I'd show you that. And I shall be back in a bit. Hey guys, so we're still in the night here. I have no idea what these are. These weird kind of orb things. So all of this black crystal is element shard? Oh, so this part of the map is just dark, apparently, according to the chat there, James just saying. So, I'm hoping these aren't going to kill me. This is element as well, isn't it, I think. This is cool, I like this area. No, this is just metal. So I don't know what these are at all. But let's fly over there and have a look. I'm a bit scared. Ah! Oh, it did nothing. Just bubbles. Cool though, I like bubbles. I don't know. I mean, there's something about this that I'm slightly tempted to try and to build over here, but it would be so depressing. It'd be a good place for a teleporter. I'd imagine the guys would be, some of the guys on the server would be setting up a teleporter real soon to harvest all this. Oh, am I dying? No. Oh God! No! Let me out! I might die. I'm going to die. Oh. That's going to be a problem, guys. So yeah, just on that note, guys, I think that's the end of the episode. Tune in next time to see if I can get my body back. I hope I can. Alright, take it easy. Catch you on the next one. My name's Toves. Cheers, guys.